Welcome everyone to this edition of Looking at Louisville. I'm Chad.
Hi, I'm Stacy.
And we are here at the Highland Tap Room in the heart of the Highlands here in Louisville, Kentucky for something that's been brewing
For quite some time, Chaz. Yes, that's right. No pun intended. We're going to talk about Louisville's growing beer scene. You know, we covered this in a podcast about a year ago. We called it Brew I guess we're going to call this Brew Part 2 because there's so much that's happened since we did that podcast. We've had a lot of craft breweries open up, a lot more. We've had the resurgence of an old school brand from 1905 that's been resuscitated. We've had some beer festivals been introduced and launched in the city. Just a whole lot of things to cover today.
So Stacy, what is this old Louisville brand you're talking about?
Well, it's Fall City. It was a brand that was around in 1905. Our grandfathers drank it. I remember growing up with it, so to speak. And then it retired for a while, and a local investor rebought the brand and launched it a couple years ago, and now they have a new tasting room and tour opportunity as well, so I thought that'd be fun to check out.
Well, let's go check out Fall City, and then we're going to take a glimpse of what the Brewfest is all about. Then we'll come back here for lunch.
Sounds great. So we have just arrived here at the brand new Fall City Tap Room, which is just open for tasting and tours, and we are with Drew Johnson, the operations manager. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming.
Now, the one question I have is that my grandfather and my father, they all drank Fall City, when I was a little kid. But from what I understand, that this is an original recipe from the early 1900s, correct?
Yes, this is a style beer that Fall City made up until about 1937 or so. So it is kind of a pre-prohibition style recipe, yes. But we're going to have tours, tastings. They'll be able to taste beer that we make here on site within a few feet behind that wall, and they'll be able to take fresh draft beer home with them too. We do not actually have a kitchen here, but we are going to be working with a lot of the local food trucks and have them park their vehicle outside and be able to serve food right outside the door.
Local product.
Locally owned, locally brewed.
Kentucky proud.
Oh heck, it's a wonderful way to spend a Friday night.
Seriously.
With a bunch of young people, beer and food.
I mean, to have all this great beer in one location, to come out and hang out with all these people, it's a lot better.
And you get the souvenir cup.
Stacy, it's great to see Fall City making a comeback because it's something that our grandfathers drank. It's got a great heritage in Louisville, and it's just fun to see it happen.
It's got a great flavor as well. It's on over 100 taps in Louisville alone right now and starting to expand into Covington, the Cincinnati area, Indiana, so look out.
Well, speaking of taps, let's talk about the Highland Tap Room. What do we have here for lunch?
Oh, we had a lot. We started with what they call snacks. I'll call them appetizers. We had the deviled eggs, a couple different kinds of those. We had the beer cheese, of course, and we had a shrimp and veggie skewer. Then for lunch, you had a baconless chicken club today, right? Yeah. Mark had the Philly cheesesteak and some onion rings, very good looking, I must say. And I had a stacked portobello grill, basically. We had a special guest with us today. Jessica had the French toast, fried eggs, and sausage, and it came with a side of Angel's Envy bourbon and maple syrup.
Now, speaking of good food, we also had to have desserts as well.
Yes, we did. I was very thrilled to see the bourbon cake on the menu, so we had to have a slice of that, and we complemented that with an ice cream they have here that was banana creme brulee, which was a combination of that was really delicious.
Now, how are we going to burn this off? Because, this is a fun episode. We always eat a lot of food. We got to do something that's going to get our blood flowing.
Funny that you ask. We're going to check out this new tour concept that was introduced to Louisville about a year ago. It's called the Thirsty Pedelar. I won't say any more than that. You're just going to have to see what we're going to get into.
Let's go. Well, of course, we have to end it out. You know, it's feel like the apocalypse after we got out that thing, so we stopped at Apocalypse Brewer.
The end of the podcast as we know it, right?
And there's so many of these little breweries showing up in Louisville.
There really is. It seems like every month there's either a new craft distillery or a new beer-focused bar or a new beer event happening. Things are really brewing here in Louisville.
So for more information about this, please go to GoToLouisville.com, or you can send us an email, podcast@GoToLouisville.com. Of course, you can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So as always,
you're looking at Louisville.
See you real soon.
I feel like we do that all the time. We drink and we smile and
well, needless to say, we had another beer.